Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite dark sorcerer here. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going to transpire over the next week for you. This may resonate with a lot of some of you, and it may not resonate with most of you, or vice versa. But I thought I'd come at this by a different perspective for a reading. So, this is the way it is. In a sense, you've probably been feeling a lot of tension lately. I wouldn't go tension wise. I'd probably go with frustrations. Okay. Minor ones at that. Over the next week, you're gonna see this little frustrations popping up even more. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker of it though. That's all it is. It's minor. There's a lot of frustrations that pop up throughout the day that or even throughout the week that is going to be minor in detail. So when you look at things from this perspective, I also want you to take into consideration that this is also going to be a time of freedom, if you wish, because you're going to be dealing with topics, issues that are long overdue. Okay? Think of it as new decision making. Think of it as beginning your journey into creativity, making those decisions, figuring out how you're going to go about them. At first, you're going to find these frustrations as minor annoyances, but as time goes on, you're going to see that this creativity is going to be a good thing because it's going to benefit you. More so, when you decide to step into creativity, you're going to be thinking long haul, long haul. So, the best thing for you to do is to contemplate upon what you're after, what you're doing, where you are now compared to where you want to be. So, in that sense, maybe something to do with your job, your work. It could be something dealing with family. Perhaps reconstructing something that you've lost or perhaps even forgotten about. I want you to think about that for just a moment. Think of it like, okay, let's create. We got a lot of cleaning to do in the apartment. Okay, as an example, we got a lot to do. We got meals to prepare. We've got, you know, maybe you've got something going on that you want to rearrange. And this would be a great time to begin that creativity in that field. Even if you're at work on the job, getting that spark, that creativity for something that you're doing. Maybe it's a task that you were given because your employer thinks it's right up your alley. Either way, you're going to find a little frustration because people are probably not going to respect what you're doing. But at the same time, they're going to jump into it, okay, eventually, and they're going to embrace it. For an example, I started my new job last month, okay, on the 5th. About 2 weeks in, about 2, maybe 3 weeks into the last month, a guy that I've known for years decided, you know what? I'm going to rearrange this pantry. Why? because it made sense to him, okay, to do so. Have all the things that you use most when doing all the cooking right out front. And then everything else can be in stages going back into that pantry. And so as you walk in, you'd have all the pans and pots and things that you'd use here, all the cutter and stuff over here. Okay. But right outside that door is all the herbs, all the flour, stuff like that that you would use in a kitchen. Okay. Great idea. And you know what? He pulled that off because it was magnificent. Everybody loved it, including the chef, the main chef. He turns around, boom, there's everything he needs. Spices, main stuff. Boom, loved it. See, that's the type of creativity. It may have been a little bit of annoyance at the beginning, trying to figure out where things were placed, but guess what? That creativity opened up to a blossom, okay? And that's the point that I want to make. Because at this stage, guess what? More creativity decisions are going to be made. You're going to be freer. You're going to even find joy in what you're doing. And that's a good thing. You're going to find this stuff to be magnificent. Maybe it's the freedom at work doing stuff that matters to you. Maybe it's something to do at home, maybe putting in that flower bed or building that woodworking shop that you've been postponing. Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's even working on vehicles, starting a new business. Either way, you're going to find that little nuisance, that little frustrations. You're going to begin doing the creativity work, and then you're going to be that free spirit. You're going to find that joy at the end. That's what's going to be taking place over the next week. I'd advise looking into this stuff because guess what? It's coming. The question is, are you going to grasp it by those little short and curlies and embrace it? That's up to you. That is strictly up to you. Do or don't. Step up or step down. So let me tell you what transpired today as another example. My boss came in this morning. First question was, everything going okay? It's like, yeah, it was actually quite easy this morning. Cool. We had to let the other guy go. Really? Guess what? 2 no show, no call. Not good. And you do half the job, of course they're gonna let you go. But here's the kicker. He looked at me, my boss looked at me and said, "Hey, how would you like this position? Reap all the benefits. That's $100 extra per shift, $50 for every half shift." He's offering me this because I'm dependable, because I'm creative, and I get the work done. So that's just another little story of how the frustrations can get to you at the beginning, but then the joys come at you. You start creating, and then all of a sudden, bam, there's that joy. Guess what? It's here. It's happening. That's what I mean by this shit's going to take place over this next week. This is going to take place. The question is, are you going to step up and deal? Are you going to get that creative juices going? Are you going to jump on the the belly flop, so to speak, and deal with it. Face it head on and get stuff done because that's what it is. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope this has helped. I hope it gives you that kind of inspiration of what's coming over the next week. And until next time, I'm out.